Okay, so here's some instruction for the Star Wars assignment that might help you out. I've created a new project. I called it Star Wars Tester. You should call it Star Wars. Let's create a new class also called Star Wars. Okay, once we've done that, let's go ahead and open the editor, enlarge that. And in the editor here, you can put your name and the date that you're working on the project, which will be different for you. Okay, some code in here we don't really need, so I'm going to get rid of it and just kind of make it a blank version. And I don't really need their method in there. Okay, so to start out in the class, I ask you to put in 4 different variables here. So private string last, lowercase l, private string first, private string city, and private string maiden. And we'll use that information to create their actual Star Wars name. Okay, now down in the constructor, we need to ask the user to give us that information, so we need to create 4 different parameters here. We can put them all in the same parameter just by separating them with commas. So we'll have string last name. There is a way we can use the same name as what we have for our class fields here. But to keep it simpler, we're going to give it a different name. So instead of last, I'm calling it last name. Okay, we'll also do the same for their first name. I'll call it string city born instead of city, and string, I'll just say mother maiden. Now we need to initialize those inside of the constructors. In other words, set the class fields equal to something. We want them to equal whatever the user typed in, which would be these items in the parameter. Okay, so to start off here, we'll just say last equal last name, first equal first name, city equal city born, and maiden equal mother's maiden. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put in my method that's going to actually create the Star Wars name. I'll just call it create Star Wars name. It's not going to be a parameter there, so I just leave it blank. Opening, closing brackets. I'll go inside of those to put in my code. Okay, so here first I'm going to create their Star Wars first name. So I'll just say string SW first. So I've created a variable called SW first that is a string. So now I'm going to say SW first equal their last name, and we're just going to take a portion of that. So I'll say substring, and we want to take the first 3 characters, which means we put 0, 3. Okay, we want to add to it. This is concatenation here. We want to add to it the first 2 letters of their first name. So it would be first.substring 0, 2. 0 means start at the beginning. The 2 means take the 2 characters after that point. Next, I'll separate and do the last name here. So string SW last and SW last equal city dot, and I'll type this in quickly here. Okay, so I've typed in that line there. SW last equals city dot substring 0, 3 plus maiden dot substring 0, 2. But one last thing I need to do, I need to actually print these things out. System.out.println SW first plus, then I have in here, I have a space plus SW last, so it separates the first and last name. Make sure you compile and test it out.